This is the afternoon edition of the Weather Xtreme video. This is for Thursday, the 14th of January, mid-month already. James Spann here, and the warming trend resumes today and tomorrow. We're up in the low 50s in most spots today. We'll be well up in the 50s tomorrow, maybe pushing 60 in spots. Won't that feel good? Let's check the Skycam shots around the network this afternoon. First off, coming from Birmingham, looking south down toward Red Mountain. That's from the top of the Daniel building. Some clouds around as expected. We called it partly sunny today. Those are up at about 20,000 feet. The air very dry underneath them. Pretty much the same scene from Inverness. That's looking back toward Birmingham from the Wingate Inn overlooking Highway 280. And Montgomery. Almost looks like the city's leaning, doesn't it? Need to get that camera adjusted down there. That's the view coming from the Eastern Bypass, looking back toward downtown. You can see the State Capitol Dome and the RSA Tower there on a partly sunny day. And yeah, you can see how the polar jet is moving north, the southern branch becoming more dominant, upper air low west of El Paso, and that'll be the one that will wet us down at times this weekend. And there's a look at the visible satellite shot. You can see those patches of clouds moving northward across the state today, kind of a mixture of clouds and sunshine. And there's your numbers, kind of depending on where you are. Where the sun is shining, we have low 50s. Where the clouds are somewhat prevalent, we have upper 40s. 53 in Anniston, 54 for Alexander City, Birmingham, 48 at 2 o'clock. But that sure beats highs in the 20s like we had just a few days ago. And there's the radar coming from Columbus Air Force Base. Notice a few little echoes showing up on the periphery of the radar. That means that all of that is aloft. Not reaching the ground. Don't expect any rain tonight or tomorrow, but yes, we do expect rain over the weekend. Watch warning map. Man, it's quiet across the country, and we're not complaining about that. About the only issue is the flash flood watch over the southern tip of Texas for some heavy rain that will potentially fall there tonight, and that's going to come on out and move this way. Rain around the nation for the next 5 days, valid through Tuesday morning at 6 o'clock. Heavy rain back on the Pacific coast and down here. You can see the gradient pretty tight across Alabama. The amounts range from 3/4 of an inch up in the Shoals to almost 4 inches at Dothan. And I think what we've talked about looks pretty good. 1 to 2 inches for here, this part of the state, the Interstate 20 corridor, Birmingham, Tuscaloosa, Anniston, and Gadsden on I-59. Let's look at the GFS. This is the 12Z run, valid at noon tomorrow, at 500 millibars. There's your big trough over Old Mexico. Head down at the surface, wet over Texas, western Gulf of Mexico. Let's peek at the weekend. There's Saturday. The surface low is somewhat broad and south Pensacola. We might be dry Saturday morning, but the rain will likely move in here midday Saturday, maybe early afternoon. Go to Saturday night at midnight. The surface low is not too far from Columbus, Georgia. And that paints the heaviest rain from Birmingham up toward Chattanooga and Asheville, North Carolina. And that's when it should be pretty wet Saturday night. And then Sunday at midday, the system is long gone. Rain should be ending early Sunday morning. I think the clouds could linger much of the day, and probably highs in the upper 40s, but certainly nothing really cold, super cold. Monday of next week looks good. We'll be in between weather systems, sunny with a high in the 50s. Same thing on Tuesday of next week. Wednesday, getting a little wet north and west of here. And Thursday of next week, this run not as aggressive with the upper level look of this storm. It doesn't really, it's got two little separate chunks of energy there, but whatever. It should be a wet day Thursday. Rain, maybe some thunder. The air will not be all that unstable. We don't expect any severe weather, but it looks like another pretty good rain event, perhaps 1 to 2 inches there. And then Friday of next week, the 22nd, that system is on by. And again, you can see no cold air, which is good. 3 more days on the 25th. There's a pretty nice looking trough moving in. That looks like a good cold front there with rain and storms. And we'll jump out to the end of the forecast on the 30th. And look, the model output is awfully noisy out here. Every run looks different. And this run shows no true Arctic air. Upper level low back off to the west. That looks wet with snow for Kansas and Missouri and Colorado. And then we'll peek at the Arctic Oscillation. We're going to watch that bottom chart down there. It tries to go up toward neutral territory, but it goes back negative. But it's not a really strong downward spike. So we'll see. But again, I caution you, spring is not here. We have a lot of cold air to go yet. in this winter season of 09 and 10. That's it for the Weather Xtreme video today. We'll have notes on the blog. The next video here by 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. And if you're local to us, we invite you to watch us on television this evening, ABC 3340 at 5, 6, and 10. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful evening, and God bless.
Each day there are new stories to tell about the people who live here and the place we call home.
All of the faces that I see, all of the places close to me, they're all part of all the best things about home.
Sharing your stories on ABC 3340, Alabama's news leader.